everybody. Silver Spalding here. Um, my cleaning was abrupted because I had to go downtown today with our mother and get a third party restraining order. Why? Yeah. Well, my mom and I and the dogs were out in the yard the other day. The dogs are on a long lead so they can run and play and sniff each other's butts and chase after a squirrel or a bird and just lie there and relax with enough freedom to where they're not tethered, on a 4 foot thingy. And no. See, that's disrespectful. They are awesome at just lying and chilling and sniffing and pooping and peeing and pooping some more and coming over to me for a belly rub and sniffing mom and scratching mom's knee. Pet me, they're great. But when somebody comes in our yard that they don't know, Sid the Husky mix, he doesn't like it because he's protecting mom. He's always been mom's protector. He even used to snip at me when I walked by Lydia at the old house, Lydia's mom. And then Hero does a good if she doesn't know anybody, and she's just talking shit. But Sid's serious, you know. So I'm outside with mom and the dogs, and Sid is by me, and I'm bent over, perseverating on our flower baby plants outside, and I hear him growl. A guttural, fuck you growl. And I look over my shoulder, and there's a driveway past, what is that, a tree? There's a driveway down there that goes along our property. And there's the driveway. And there's another house down there, way, way, way down yonder, enough to where I don't even have to look at it. And this guy, well, I mean, to be fair, I will say that I just don't pay attention to him or his son or their younger son or any of their family members that come over because I'm concentrating on mom, dealing with my shit, my family turmoil, which has come to the end because I am officially in charge of my own fucking life and mom's doing great. I look over and there's a 9-year-old kid chasing after his dog, a little terrier, right by that tree. And that is damn well, you can't see it, but there's the driveway there. And Sid makes a beeline for the dog. And this is like the 5th or 6th time the dog has been in our yard, and I've had to pick the dog up. One time I stepped on mom's foot. I thought I broke a bone in her foot trying to get the dog so Sid doesn't eat it. Sid doesn't know it's a little, he didn't know it was a puppy. He didn't, come on now. He's a husky. He's territorial. He's protective of mom. Motherfucking fucker fuckity fuck. So he makes a beeline for the kid and the dog. I'm freaking out. I don't want to grab the tether because I've burned myself multiple times grabbing the tether. I even broke my pinky. It dislocated it because Sid ran after a little baby deer who was curious about him. 4th of July last year. So I'm running to where the kid is, and I'm like, get out of here, get off my property, what are you doing? And I look up, I got Sid by the collar. Sid's going ape shit, I don't know what Sid's gonna do. It's not his fault, it's his property. He's pissed and shit all over the place. He's protecting Lydia. He might even be protecting me, cool, oh, cute. And the fucking kid runs off with the dog. And I'm yelling for this kid's father. Get your kid, get your dog. because the kid can barely hold the dog because the dog's trying to get back over into our yard. So finally, after 3 minutes of me screaming for his father to come from behind the house, the kid was not being watched and the dog was off lead, his dog, and I'm on our fucking property that we pay for. And I'm flipping out. And the guy calls me a snob and you're a bitch. And I think he even called me the C word. I was just too freaked out because that's all I need is for Sid to bite somebody. But if Sid bit the kid, if he tore up the dog, because he doesn't like the dog, that wouldn't have been Sid's fault because Sid's not like that. But y'all, come on now. I don't know. So the dad's flipping out. He's cussing me out. I, of course, say a few little ditties. And maybe I'll have a couple of beers one night and I'll tell you what I said to him, which really got him. I'm sorry. I'm not proud of it, but maybe I am. So I'm like, your kid is on our property. He's like, he's a kid. He's a little boy. I said, I don't care if he's a little boy. This is our property. We pay the rent here. Your kid cannot come into my yard. We're out here with the dogs. And this is the guy who, I've had to take when the dog was a puppy, I've had to take the dog back down there and call for him to come and get his dog. I said, what if our husky accidentally kills the dog? He said, well, then he kills him. That's the kind of motherfucker this is. I'm heated, y'all. I get mom inside. Poor Sid is cowering under the tree, so I dig him out of the pine needle pile. I get them inside. I've got mom on the steps, the front steps, in front of, behind the front door. I'm getting her dressed. She likes to look out the front door and see the cars passing by, and we talk for a second. And it's a safe place for me to put her lotion on her legs because she's got itchy skin. And, if it gets on the polished wood floor, I can just wipe it up with wood. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't put somebody on a couch putting lotion on them because the lotion gets everywhere. Anyway, we're doing our routine. There's a knock at the door, and I think it's a neighbor who witnessed the kid deep up in our shit. And me trying to wrangle Sid, who's trying to get to the dog. And I'm thinking, okay, somebody's about to get hurt. And again, it's not Sid's fault. I open the door. Y'all, don't you know, it's dude who lives over there, his baby mama. So he's not with this girl anymore. He calls her, says that I was scaring his kid. So she drives over here and the bitch is at my front door. I pull the glass down to hear her better. You better come out and apologize to my son. Her son's got a bat. Her son's got a bat. This 9-year-old kid's got a bat. I said, I'm not fucking apologizing. I did say fucking. I'm not fucking apologizing to anybody. You need to watch your child. You need to tell your whoever he is to you, because I don't know. I have no idea who these people are. Because all I'm focusing on is mom, the dogs, fucking cleaning this house, maintaining the property, gardening, making sure mom's good, making sure that I'm concentrating on my health, the family bullshit, seven bullshit, the da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't care about anybody, really. Unless they're friendly and nice and come over and talk and say, like the neighbors out front. Out front. Okay, backyard, hallway area to the front door, which is around that corner. I said, your kid needs to stay the fuck out of our yard. because she had already cussed me out and called me I even think she called me a slur, but okay. I'm thinking, fuck, I left my wallet out on the porch because mom and I went for a drive. Then we took the dogs outside in the backyard and we were sitting in the backyard. I had to bring them in because of that fucking craziness, you know. Um, I put my face up against the screen and she punches through the screen and gets me on the bridge of my nose. I was talking to my godmother the whole time. So I hang up with her and I dial 911 and then this bitch opens up our front door and comes 3 feet into the house and I said, it's on. I got Lydia, our mother, behind me, half dressed. I got this bitch coming in my house and I had to do what I had to do to get the bitch out of my house. She was swinging, thising and thatting. And um, it was a YouTube, I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say anything. It was a YouTube, somebody who thinks their britches are big enough to physically attack somebody who was the right one. So I grabbed her. I took her out of the house because the dogs are freaking out. Sid's growling. Mom's like, what the fuck? And I didn't know if she was going to touch her mom. So I took her out on the porch. She's swinging, missing. Actually, I think she connected a couple times to my jaw. I slam her up against the wall of the porch. And I'm like, I got to subdue her because 911's like, hello, hello. I said, I'm being attacked. Hello, hello. What's the address of your emergency? I said, fuck it. I said, I got to get this girl on the ground. She's a girl, 30, but she was acting like a little fucking juvenile. I got her on the ground. She was grabbing my garden tools, swinging. I was trying to grab the garden tools away from her because I needed to subdue her. And the garden tool was tools, and she grabbed another one, and then she grabbed a rock, this big flat rock, and swinging at me and jabbing at me. And I said, okay. So I took the rock from her and I said, I got to subdue her. So I subdued her to where she had to give up. It's over. It's done. She could not she didn't have the strength. So finally, I had her down. She was screaming, help, help, help. And then I had 911 and I was able to tell them, this girl came into my house. I was attacked. The police came, 10 fucking sheriff's departments. I think I have a couple of scratches. My lip was hurt and they were like, ooh, it looks like she got you in your lip. No. And any of my brothers will tell you when they used to fuck with me when we were kids, I used to bite my lip. 7 will tell you. That's true. So the police interviewed me. Thank God my neighbors witnessed the kid deep in our yard, and they witnessed the girl charging into my house. So she's in jail. And she's got a monitor, an ankle monitor. She's not allowed to be in 2 miles of this motherfucking house. Now remember, I'm my mom's guardian. I can handle myself. My mom can't. All because this motherfucker said, he's 9. He can come in your yard if he wants to. He's 9. Protective dogs, sketchy. Okay, Sid's not sketchy. Sid doesn't know 9 is a kid. He doesn't know better. The kid's a stranger. The smell. The little dog is a stranger to him. I'm not proud, but I protected myself and I protected my mother. Let's just say that when she looks in the mirror, she knows that she fucked up. So we go to her arraignment yesterday. Not we, me, myself, and I, and Jesus, and Buddha. And this girl has so many priors for violent attacks, theft, probation violation, that I was shocked. But then I wasn't shocked. That's how people act when they do whatever the fuck they want. No repercussions in the system until she thought it was a good idea to enter my house without my permission. Segue into this morning, my mom and the dogs and I were outside and, gardening, getting ready for the storm, kind of shoring up all the flowers, making sure all the baby plants are good. And her baby daddy, he's the father of the 9-year-old and she is the mother, but she's got another man and another kid with somebody else and another kid she gave birth to a couple months ago. That's cool. I have 2 children, 2 kids by 2 different people, whatever. That's life. I'm not blasting her for that. So her baby daddy, who doesn't like me anyway because he thought I complained about his "fuck you Biden" sign on the side of his house and it was another neighbor. I don't pay attention to them. He's pissed for whatever reason against me. I do nothing except take care of my mom. I have no life. If all of my friends want to come and see me, they got to come here because mom is my life right now. She deserves a life and I've sacrificed myself to do so. So this man parks, that's his driveway, parks right there where my hands are dirty because I was out gardening, parks right by those stumps right there, those stump pieces where I'm going to put pots, and blasted George Michael, Careless Whisper, for 2 hours straight. So I went downtown today because the girl's on an ankle monitor and there's a third party restraining order from any of her friends, family, anybody connected with her. Because I got to protect myself first and foremost. Because if I'm not safe, mom's not safe. And if mom's not safe, I don't want to do something. I don't want to go there, y'all. So that's what happened. That's the fuck what I'm dealing with. I don't have a single family member that I can call and go, "Oh, this is happening. I can't believe it. Could you help?" You want to know why? Because I don't need it. I'm taking care of business myself. I'm not proud. I had to defend myself. And it's funny, Seven has talked about Taekwondo. We all took Taekwondo. I didn't get as far as Seven did. Seven almost made black belt. Almost. I think he was a red belt, black tip. Almost made. I made it to the green belt. And I still remember that shit. So now I got a big old family of fuckheads who are mad because I don't give them the time of day and they think that I snitched on them about their big FUCK banner on the side of their house. And it's like I'm the only person that lives over here. Nobody else walks up and down the street with their kids. I have no neighbors with kids who look at that shit. And I'm being facetious. I do have neighbors. And they did see that stuff and they did complain to, the area where we live. And the landlord was told to tell them to take that shit down. Again, I'm going through my mitzvah. And these people the young lady who I signed the paperwork this morning. So basically, every time this jackhole revs his Trans Am like it's about to explode, or plays Careless Whisperer 1,000 times, and I'm gonna post him his car where he was at this morning playing Careless Whisperer, full volume on repeat for about 2 hours. I got the law involved again with a bully in my life, all because he wasn't watching his kid and let his kid come in my yard, And the police said your neighbors corroborated your story. Her story didn't make any sense. Oh, this is what I'm getting into. So basically she lied. And then the woman that I spoke to this morning about the ankle monitor and the third party protection order, I need a fucking protection order from entitled motherfuckers that think that their fucking kid can come in my goddamn yard. And again, if I didn't have the dogs, oh cute, look, little Billy, that's not his name. Little Billy's in the yard. It looks like he wants to play trucks. No, I got these motherfucking dogs. This is much their house as it is mine. And mom's. So these trifling ass motherfuckers have said some really bad shit about me. Untrue lies. I keep to myself. I do. It's all about me, mom, the dogs, and then the bullshit with my family. I'm not, you know, twitching my little booty at the Trans Am that vroom 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 goes by. It is what it is. I'm gardening. I'm going broke taking care of mom, and it feels so good. I had to do what I had to do to get this bitch out my house and on her back in order to be able to continue my conversation with 911. She was arrested. She has priors. She's on probation. She's got ongoing cases that are ongoing. She's fucked. And her family thinks that intimidation, bullying, lies, character defamation is gonna matter. I have a scratch on my elbow. And again, I'm not fucking proud for what I had to do. But goddamn it, she came into our house. It's not the devil. It's not a demon. It's fucking narcissism, entitlement, and assholeness. I am going to have some calming tea. Mom's napping. It's about to rain like a motherfucker. And I am going to, today I'm like, I can't even call my older brother 2 minutes down the street. I can't even call my younger brother, you know? Because they're all fucking seven. They're all fucking mad at me for their particular reasons, selfish reasons. And this is another thing that's happening in my life that is making me stronger, because nothing like getting the law involved. But now I live next door to a fucking prick who thinks that he is entitled to do whatever the fuck he wants. And when I called 911, that's the reason why she busted into the house, because she wanted to stop me from calling 911 because of her. She is a habitual offender. And that is fucked up. Bye, y'all. Thank you for listening. Friend and foe. I don't deserve this. I even got the attack on my Ring camera. I'm not going to post it though. I should, lesson 101, how to use your what the fuck strength to get some crazy bitch away from your mom and dogs and out of your house. I'm not going to post it. I gave it to the authorities. So the trial, or no, trial? I don't know. Court is on the 12th because I arrived 2 minutes too late yesterday. And I don't go downtown. I don't go to the jail. I don't go before a judge. I didn't know that I was supposed to speak through a little speaker. I'm asking somebody sitting down, what do I do? So I'm going to get subpoenaed to go to court on the 12th. And I'm not holding back. I don't give a fuck if she had a baby 2 months ago. I don't care. You don't treat people like that. Ain't nobody entitled to go on somebody else's property. Nobody's entitled to go in somebody else's house. Nobody's entitled to bully a woman and her mother. I'm heated, y'all, but I'm gonna calm down and have some tea. Thanks for listening. I said I'm not proud that I am proud. I'm proud that I defended myself and I defended mom and the dogs in our home. And I'm proud that I got her up out of it. And I'm proud that I got her immobilized. I'm proud that I used my taekwondo that I used. I mean, seriously, I'm not playing around. I'm proud. I had to use force with her, and I am proud. I'm just sorry that she thought that I was some weak woman that she and her family continue to bully, and I'm not having that. Stay safe out there. To be continued.